Hello everyone, welcome to the phase 2 of my capstone project where my data is about the human protein atlas single cell classification, where I'll be predicting the types of cells that are present in each and every image. As we speak about the data, my data looks like something like this, where this table, the table given represents the ID of the image and the different labels that are present in that image, different labeled cells that are present in that image. So I have several IDs here, and you can see the first one has labels 8, 5, and 0, and the second one has the cell label 14 and 0. Similarly, the image below represent the cell types, how the image are, how the actual image look like, and I'll be predicting the types of cells in each and every image here. An exploratory data analysis performed on my data gives a graph something like this. The graph represents the count of each type of cells that are present in my dataset. So you can see here cell type 0 and cell type 16 and cell type 13 are maximum in count. And the blue graph here represents uh, the cell types which have only single labels. Even here you can see 0 has a maximum occurrence. So, we can see the data is imbalanced here. So what we'll be doing is we'll be considering only 0 to 9 labels instead of 0 to 16 labels for our data analysis. This will help us reduce our data set and then get a well balanced data for our future prediction. Yeah, this graph represents the count of multi-label data. This indicates that image with one cell is high in occurrence compared to the image with multi-labels, and image with 5 different cells are very less in count. And yeah, one of the important part of image processing is detecting the objects in the image. This leads to two critical topics called instance segmentation and semantic segmentation. Instance segmentation includes identification of boundaries of objects at the detailed pixel level. Semantic segmentation detects all the objects present in the image at the pixel level, which outputs regions with different classes or objects. For clear understanding of difference between image instance segmentation and semantic segmentation, we can see here the images. So here in this second image, we can actually detect the persons. We can differentiate the persons and the background, but we are not able to specifically detect each and every person. This is called semantic segmentation. Whereas in the third image, you can see that each and every person can be specifically detected. This is an example of instance segmentation. So for our project, we'll be using this instance segmentation. What we'll be doing is we'll be using this instance segmentation to segment each and every cell in a combination of cells, such as you can see here the first image where it shows uh, an image with combination of many cells, and when we apply image segmentation to this, we can actually differentiate each and every cell into each block. So in the final output, we can see there are like several blocks with individual cells in them. So this is how instance segmentation looks like. So what we'll be doing here is we'll be using ResNet50, which is also called as residual networks, in order to train our data set. When we train our data using residual networks, we can see the training loss and validation loss here. So after 5 epochs, the training loss and validation loss didn't show much improvement, and the final accuracy of the model was very bad, which is actually equal to 15%. So in future, what we'll be doing is we'll be trying out different model in order to improve the accuracy of the model. Thank you. That is my phase 2 of my capstone project.